What is going on, Laker fans? Thank you very much for being a part of the show. Lakers Talk Daily, Monday through Friday. We're going to put up some content right here on this YouTube channel on ESPN LA. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Give a thumbs up if you like the videos as well. Okay, Laker fans, we are freaking here. The date is October 3rd. What does that mean? That means Lakers preseason officially begins tonight. So I know Laker fans are excited to see what we got in store this upcoming season. I am as well. A lot of questions. So, of course, the only way those questions will be answered is once the season starts and we see what kind of team that the Lakers have and take it from there. So in today's episode, I just wanted to really just go over the expectations for Lakers preseason basketball. What do we want to walk away with? What are the goals? What are you hoping to see over these 6 preseason games? By the way, they're going to go pretty fast. So we got one later tonight. You got 2 coming up in Vegas. Before you know it, the regular season is going to start. So a lot to get into. Number one priority for me this preseason. Can we establish an identity? Who is this team? What are they all about? What is their makeup? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? I know a lot of times, people say, okay, for preseason basketball, can you really establish an identity? I think you could find out who you are. And I think for once you have a new head coach and you got some new personnel that are in there, then you got a lot of young pieces that you're trying to put in. Obviously, Russ coming back for his second year with the Lakers, with LeBron and Anthony Davis. I think there's a lot of things that they have to figure out. I don't know if you guys remember this, but last preseason, the Lakers went 0-6. And I'm not telling you that if they would have went 3-3 in preseason basketball, all of a sudden they would have made the playoffs. But one of the concerns I had while preseason basketball was going on, I didn't really know who the team was. And to be honest with you, they didn't have an identity all season as well. So whatever they look like in preseason, they look like during the regular season. Whatever they look like 20 games in, they look like 50 games in. And I don't need to get into details of what that season last year was, but it was a catastrophe. It was an awful season for all Laker fans and the organization. So for me, the thing that's most important in this preseason, what's the identity? If you are a defensive team, the way Darvin Ham keeps saying that the Lakers are going to be, then can we see some of that during the preseason? If you are a team, I saw this quote yesterday after Lakers, one of their practices, that you get it, go. Offensively, it doesn't matter. Whether it's LeBron, whether it's Russ, whether it's Anthony Davis, you get the ball on offense, run, and let everybody just kind of follow. If that's what it's going to be, let's see it. The problem is with the Lakers, certainly last year, a lot of chatter, a lot of talk. This is who we want to be. This is when you think of the Lakers, you're going to think of defense first. You're going to think of blah, blah, blah. Go through all of it. I don't care for the words, and I'm sure most people don't care for the words as well. You want to see actual production. You want to actually see what this team looks like, and you want to see them hopefully thrive in whatever identity that is. So that, to me, is the number one thing. Win some preseason games, too. That wouldn't hurt. I know most people can say, Al, it's preseason. Relax, buddy. Relax, Al. It's just preseason basketball. Again, I know the record doesn't mean all that much, but win some of these games as well. Just kind of have an identity of, yes, winning is part of the formula. I hated the fact last season that we walked out of preseason. I'm like, I don't know who this team is. They went 0-6. They looked awful in the process. Nobody looked like they cared. And I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I really don't think that's going to be the case, but let's wait to find out. Another thing for me that I'm curious about over these 6 preseason games is the lineups. So lineups are always an interesting thing. It's going to take a second for the Lakers to figure out who they're going to use as their starting 5. I did a video last week. Might have even been on Monday when we did one. I didn't want Russ to start. I mentioned that Russ has been, let's challenge Russ to, hey, I'm all about the team. I don't care what my role is. I just want to help the Los Angeles Lakers win. All right, well, why don't you come off the bench and see what you could do for that second unit? I would love to see that. I kind of have more and more of a feeling that that's not going to happen. I know that so far Coach Ham has been using LeBron, Anthony Davis, Russ, Kendrick Nunn, and Damian Jones as his starting 5. Will that be the exact 5 that's going to be there once the season starts? I don't think there's a guarantee on that, at least up to this point. I mean, heck, we haven't even seen Dennis Schroeder yet. I know he's been having issues with his visa getting back here, so hopefully he comes back soon. But lineups and rotations. By the time you get to your first game against the Golden State Warriors up in San Francisco, do you have an idea of, hey, I kind of like when this guy comes off the bench? Hey, I like the role that this player plays when he comes off the bench, whatever the case is, right? I like this starting lineup. And I think those are all questions that we're going to hope to get answered over these 6 preseason games. Laker fans, throw this out to you guys. What are you most hoping to see the Lakers accomplish over preseason basketball? If you have a suggestion on what that starting lineup should be, then feel free to put it down in the comments. And certainly, if you agree with me or disagree with me that establishing an identity over these 6 preseason games is the number one priority, it certainly is the number one priority for me. Okay, quick reminder here. Preseason basketball starts tonight. We'll start our pregame show at 6 o'clock. And then I think tip-off is right at 7:30. You can obviously, the game tonight will be on 11:10 a.m. because we got the Monday Night Football, Niners and the Rams on 7:10 a.m. So just keep that in mind. And then I'll do some YouTube stuff a little bit later tonight as well on my page, which is Lakers Talk with Alan Sliwa. Please make sure to follow and subscribe right here, ESPN LA. As you guys can tell, we're putting up a lot more content on the ESPN LA YouTube channel lately, so please subscribe to that. And next time we connect, preseason game number 1 will be in the books. Thank you, Laker fans. Appreciate it. Have a good start to your week, and enjoy Lakers basketball tonight.